Okay, so I found out today, I think it was today, that the Mulan live action trailer was released. And I will be upfront in saying that I really don't have any interest in watching this movie. And it's for a couple reasons. I mean, Mulan was good. I like the cartoon. The best part was Eddie Murphy. I mean, come on, Eddie Murphy. Um, but from what I understand of the teaser that came out earlier, his character's not even in there, and they've taken out all the music, which that's not really a big deal for me. I'm not huge into musicals, but the other reason is, well, anyway, so it's not my favorite. Mulan, it's not like my top, but it's okay. But that's really not the main reason that I'm really not planning to watch this movie. The main reason is because I'm not really cool with Disney's whole um, live action versions of their previous works because it's just, to me, it's just like a cash grab on their part. And I already have sort of like this love hate thing going on with Disney. So while there are some things that I'm willing to give them my money for, like the Avengers stuff, MCU stuff, there's other things that I'm just not going to. Oh, that tickles so much. I swear. There's other things I'm not. Your little whiskers tickle. Um, that I'm just not. That I'm not interested to give them my money for. And these live action adaptations are one such thing. I haven't seen any of them, and I'm not really interested to see any of them. But I'm curious to check out the trailer, and you never know, I might change my mind. I doubt it. But I'm curious to find out if maybe the little dragon will be in here after all, or if it's true that he's just been completely eliminated. We'll see. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Do you know why Venus sits on the right hand of the Emperor? She is his guardian, his protector. That she's both beautiful and strong. Your job is to
That guy, he's been in so many things.
Do you think you can do that?
Citizens, we are under attack from northern invaders.
Oh,
Calls himself Oricon.
that's kind of cool. Is this
Alongside which
No survivors.
is this exactly the same as the? It's been so long since I've seen the cartoon.
Every family must contribute one man to fight.
have you no son? I am blessed with 2 daughters. I will fight.
You must be strong.
Hmm.
This time you will not return.
No, do not chew on that. This actually looks like it's, well, I'll save my thoughts for a little bit later.
Brave and true. It's my duty to protect my family.
Ancestors, please protect her.
What's your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander, son of Hua Zhou.
We're going to make men out of every single one of you. Close the gate!
The spirit is evident. But something holds you back.
When they find out who you are, they will show you no mercy. I'm Hua Mulan. I will bring honor to us all.
Okay, I hear shades of the song. Was it Reflections? Was that the name of the song in the cartoon? That was actually a really good song. I remember. Um, so it looks to me like Disney is going for something more serious here, and maybe this is why they don't have the little dragon creature, because his character was more comedic. It was like the comic relief, just, he was funny. And so if they're going for a more serious tone, they're not going to have these lighthearted comedic things in there, and I get that. Um, to be honest, this trailer is pretty impressive. And though it was on the longer ish side at about 2 minutes, 20 odd seconds, it was actually very, very well done. It was constructed in a nice, smooth manner. The narrative flowed very well. I did not once feel bored when I was watching this. I was very impressed with it. And it looks like it's going to be possibly one of the better remakes. Now, how would I know, right? Because I haven't seen them. But the trailers of the other movies just were not really all that inspiring to me. And I don't know how much of that is just they're lackluster because they just copied the comics pretty much, and it just because I have this just inherently annoyed attitude when I think of or feeling when I think of Disney in general. And when I watched this, I didn't really get that feeling, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because the trailer itself just maybe is more impactful for me than the trailers of the other live action um, movies. And I what was the last live action one that they came out with? Was it Aladdin? Was it Aladdin or was it Lion King? I know they both came out this year. I want to say, I don't remember what the order was, but I was annoyed with the whole release of Lion King because they replaced the whole cast except for James Earl Jones, and I thought that was ridiculous. I felt like they could have just, if they were going to pretty much copy the entire thing, which is what it sounded like they did, they could have just taken the voice track from the cartoon and just animated to that. Those voices were perfect. In my opinion, there was no need to replace them with anyone. And, when I heard Beyonce was attached to it, I'm like, okay, I don't really feel like she's that great of an actress, but and when you do voice acting, yeah, you're not on screen. You're behind the camera. You're away from, being filmed, but you still have to act. And she doesn't come across to me as an actual actor. So I was turned off by that. I was glad that they kept James Earl Jones because he's perfect, but getting rid of all the others, in my opinion, were just kind of silly. And the whole Aladdin thing, some of the stuff that I had been reading about Aladdin, and the way they sort of kind of made it very woke with the girl, and that turns me off immediately. Now Mulan, it already is centered around her. This is her story, so it's not like they're really changing anything from the original story. And she is, from what I understand, based on a real individual, or at least there's folklore about her or something. There's something there behind, making this about this girl. It's not that they took something and they, what used to be a guy's story and they switched it up and made it become a girl, which really annoys me. I can't stand when they do that. But this is about her. This is her story. So it looks like it's going to be very good, in my opinion. I'm going to check out the reviews. Of course, the reviews don't always. So, like, a lot of times I like to compare top critic scores with regular people. I don't think that the top critics were super kind to The Lion King, if I remember correctly. I don't recall what the deal was with Aladdin. I can't remember. Maybe they were a little bit better with Aladdin. But with regard to some Disney stuff, there are a lot of really diehard Disney fans, and I can't always necessarily take some of the reviews that I see on Rotten Tomatoes with regard to Disney movies very seriously, unless I maybe watch the movie for myself. So, like, oh, that was rude. I don't appreciate that. Didn't ask you to do that. okay. Um, but some I can believe because it just, it feels right based on what I know about a particular movie, like The Last Jedi. The disparity between the top critics, or the critics and the audience scores, was huge, and I can buy into that because of what I know about The Last Jedi and how absolutely ridiculous it is. So just because audience scores might be stellar for Mulan doesn't necessarily mean I'm really going to think it's a good movie. But based on the trailer alone, it looks pretty good. It looks like it's pretty serious, and like the others maybe were a bit more lighthearted. I never saw Dumbo. Dumbo looks like it's, Dumbo's always kind of a sad movie to me. But Lion King was sad too, but this looks like it's going to have a little bit more, I don't know, seriousness attached to it in some ways. I didn't detect any sort of comedic element at all in this, so I don't know if it's just not present at all or they just chose not to show it to us. So it looks like it's just more on the serious side, and looks like something I could potentially take more seriously as an actual story, live action story. Still don't know yet. I if I'm going to go see it, I was pretty adamant in the beginning that I absolutely wasn't. But I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with it. I really don't think that I'll go see it on the big screen. However, I do feel that probably a big screen experience would be the most enjoyable. But we'll see. It's March 2020. It's just a few months away, so I'll read up more about it. See, maybe I'll change my mind. If I do, and feel strongly enough about it to make a review video, I'll do that as well. So, okay, well, I think that is it for this one, you guys. I'm going to sign off. Bye.